my husband is always like, what? You know, why did you say you think it's great when other girls have crushes on me? People are coming out of the woodworks. You know, I'm like, I didn't know that headline would be a thing. I just meant, I think you're cute, and so that other people do too. Great, you know?
Jenna Bush Hager may have grown up in the spotlight as daughter of former President George W. Bush, but her life today is more relatable than most might expect. Though she now co-hosts Today with Hoda and Jenna and manages a thriving media career, it's her role as a wife and a mother of three that often grabs attention. Married to Henry Hager and raising their kids Mila, Poppy, and Hal, Jenna shares her family moments with a refreshing mix of humor and candor. Today we're taking a closer look at her personal life, including her marriage to Henry, her delightful kids, and her path from first daughter to beloved media personality. Jenna's early life and White House years. Growing up in one of America's most prominent political families meant Jenna Bush Hager was no stranger to the public eye. Born November 25, 1981 in Dallas, Texas, Jenna and her fraternal twin sister Barbara were thrust into a life few could imagine. As daughters of George W. Bush, who later served as 43rd President of the United States, the twins grew up surrounded by political discourse and constant media attention. Despite the pressures, the Bush family maintained a relatively down-to-earth environment, encouraging their daughters to forge their own paths while remaining true to family values. When her father took office in 2001, Jenna was a college student at the University of Texas at Austin. As a young adult, she experienced intense public scrutiny, particularly when personal moments made headlines. Her down-to-earth personality and approachability, however, helped her maintain a sense of normalcy amid the media frenzy. We grew up knowing that while our lives were unique, we weren't defined by fame or politics. Family came first. Jenna's time in the White House shaped her perspective on public service and provided her with experiences that would later influence her career. From participating in official events to traveling with her parents, she had a front-row seat to history in the making. But her time in the spotlight didn't stop her from focusing on personal growth and future aspirations. Jenna's marriage to Henry Hager. Jenna Bush Hager's love story with Henry Hager began during her father's 2004 re-election campaign. While Jenna was immersed in political life, Henry was working in the administration of George W. Bush as a deputy operations manager. Their shared experience of life in a high-pressure political environment provided common ground, though Jenna later admitted she didn't initially picture herself marrying someone from that world. Quote, "I never thought I'd end up with someone who worked in politics, but Henry was different," she shared. Henry, who hails from a prominent Virginia family, pursued a career blending politics and business. After earning his MBA from the University of Virginia's Darden School of Business, he worked in private equity, keeping a low profile compared to his high-profile wife. Their relationship remained steady despite the spotlight on Jenna, with Henry offering unwavering support through her career transitions and public life. The couple tied the knot on May 10, 2008, in a private ceremony at the Bush family's Prairie Chapel Ranch in Crawford, Texas. The picturesque wedding, held under the Texas sky, reflected their desire for an intimate celebration away from media frenzy. Since then, Jenna has often praised Henry's grounding influence, describing him as the calm in the chaos of their busy household. Meet Jenna and Henry's kids. Jenna and Henry have built a family life that's as warm and lively as one might expect from the daughter of a former president. Their three children, Mila, Poppy, and Hal, are often the stars of the stories Jenna shares on Today with Hoda and Jenna. From their playful antics to moments that showcase their personalities, the Hager kids have brought a sense of joy and authenticity to Jenna's public image. Their eldest daughter, Mila, born in 2013, has already shown a bold and curious nature. Jenna frequently recounts moments when Mila surprises her with sharp observations or witty remarks. Mila has such a big personality, she's fearless and loves to make us laugh, she once said. The middle child, Poppy, born in 2015, is known for her adventurous spirit and kind heart. Named after Jenna's grandfather, former President George H.W. Bush, who was affectionately called Poppy by his family, she carries on his legacy in more ways than one. Jenna often shares how Poppy's bright and imaginative outlook keeps things light in their household.
When I was pregnant with Poppy, we had gone to see this documentary about my grandfather. And while we were watching it, I mean, y'all, I've been in tears all morning. Wicked really did something. But while we were watching it, this man who now, you know, when this was filmed, was in his 80s, towards the end of his life, said he's Jewish. And he said that when he was at school, he went to this boarding school and everybody was anti-Semitic. There was a whole crowd of people being terrible to him. And he said, and he had tears in his eyes as an old man. And then Poppy Bush, which was my grandpa's nickname, said, "Stop." And I looked at Henry and I said, "That's her name."
Hal, the youngest of the trio, was born in 2019. Jenna has described him as, quote, "our sweet baby boy who completes our family." Despite the busy nature of her career, Jenna remains dedicated to spending quality time with her children. She often reflects on how parenting has changed her perspective, making her more patient and appreciative of life's little moments. The Hager household is filled with laughter and love, and Jenna openly discusses the challenge and joys of raising kids in today's world. Whether it's managing screen time, encouraging reading, or simply spending time outdoors, Jenna is intentional about how she nurtures her children. She once said, quote, "I want them to feel grounded and loved no matter what's happening in the outside world." For Jenna and Henry, raising their kids in a supportive environment that values kindness, curiosity, and joy remains a priority. Jenna's career from teacher to TV host.
In my private life, I'm an open book, and I was always an open book. So I think that the sort of trick is to kind of be yourself, especially on a show like ours. You just want to be who you are in real life. And so I'm pretty open, you know? And I think it's now just kind of figuring out those boundaries when I'm telling stories that aren't necessarily my own, like my children's stories or my husband's stories. Like, I want to make sure that I'm representing all the people in my life the way they'd want to be represented. And it's not their choice, you know, to be on TV. It's mine.
Before becoming a household name in the media, Jenna Bush Hager pursued a path that reflected her passion for education and social issues. After graduating college, she worked as a teacher, focusing on elementary education. Her time in the classroom was pivotal in shaping her understanding of young minds, which later influenced her writing and television work. She once said, quote, "Teaching was one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had. It taught me patience and gave me deep respect for those shaping the next generation." In 2006, she made her first foray into the public sphere outside of politics by writing Anna's Story, A Journey of Hope, a nonfiction book based on her experiences working with UNICEF in Latin America. The book highlighted the struggles of a young girl living with HIV, reflecting Jenna's desire to use her platform to amplify important social causes. She later co-authored several children's books with her mother, Laura, further cementing her passion for storytelling. Her transition to television came in 2009 when she joined NBC's Today as a correspondent. Initially hesitant about stepping into the media world, she quickly found her voice, bringing warmth, humor, and relatability to her segments. Over the years, her role has expanded, and in 2019, she became co-host of Today with Hoda and Jenna alongside Hoda Kotb. In addition to her television work, she launched the Read with Jenna book club, which has grown into a highly influential platform for promoting books and authors. Her love for reading is something she shares not only with her audience, but also with her children. Life as a public figure and private mom.
So you turned 43.
Yes.
And what did you and your cute little family do?
We had cupcakes. They I had to go away so that they could jump out and surprise. Hal was having a little bit of a meltdown.
He wasn't into it. That's how life goes.
That's how it goes. But it was so much fun, and I really did feel like so grateful.
Jenna Bush Hager's ability to balance life in the spotlight with her role as a mother has earned her admiration from many. As a TV personality and author, she regularly appears on national television and participates in high-profile events. But despite her public presence, she remains dedicated to preserving a sense of normalcy for her family. She once remarked, quote, "I want my kids to grow up feeling like they have a mom who's present and engaged, not someone who's always on TV." Managing fame while raising children in a public world can be challenging, but Jenna has found a way to keep her family grounded. She often speaks about her efforts to maintain privacy and protect her children from unnecessary exposure. While she occasionally shares glimpses of her family life on social media and during her show, these moments are carefully chosen. Her intention is to create a healthy balance between sharing her life with her audience and safeguarding her children's upbringing. Jenna has also been open about the struggles of modern parenting, particularly for someone in the public eye. She frequently discusses relatable challenges such as finding time for herself, managing her children's emotions, and navigating busy schedules. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite thing about Jenna? Let us know in the comments section below.